This is Shweta Gandhi from Osas Group and I'm a verbal trainer. Well, a very good morning again. I'm back again with a webinar that is, of course, today's weekend and everybody wants to enjoy the weekend part. But we do not forget the IELTS tips and strategies and how to get good bands. Well, talking about today's webinar, we are going to start with our we are putting our best efforts to make you understand how to get good bands. And today, of course, again, I'm back with the productive part. That means writing and speaking. Talking about writing and speaking, you have to again, the bad thing again, I want to tell you that our brain is working and you have to generate your thoughts. But today's webinar is specifically about why you're not getting good bands, why are you facing problems, why you're so perplexed for the thoughts, for the conditions that you're not getting the input proper in your writing and speaking. There are various things, there are various methods, you are not actually get indulged into that. You are forgetting something, the basics things, the basics and the tips and strategies of all the things. Talking today about the things that we are going to start with, the grammar range and accuracy. Well, the grammar range and accuracy is all about, again, we have to understand what are the basic grammar range strategies, the tips, the techniques, the accuracy, where you are lacking in, and the way to speak fluently in front of the examiner, how to write fluently in front of the on the paper, so that examiner can have the proper convenience to check your answer. Now, the grammar range and accuracy, we have a lot of things to understand about that, where you are lacking basically. But before that, our whole webinar is all about the way to improve your writing, what are the things you are lacking in, why you are facing problems with the speaking part, in what way you can improve your speaking, what are the things you need to consider in that. Everything you must go accordingly. Okay, so let's start. The first thing I want to make you understand that you should understand the basic condition of writing grammar and speaking grammar criteria. If I am a student, for example, I need to have my smart work, and for that smart work I must understand where examiner checks my answer, where I am being judged. So for this, I am here with the grammar bands for the specific bands for 7, 8, and 9. If you can see, the writing grammar and speaking grammar criteria is different. 7 bands for writing and 7 bands for speaking. You can see that there is a difference. You cannot go hand in hand, but as of course you have to go according to the judgment criteria what they have given you. Accordingly you have to work. If we are going for 7 bands, you should have a variety of complex structures. You are producing frequently error-free sentences. You have a good control on grammar and the punctuations, of course. But when you speak, the examiner will give you 7 bands on the basis of, are you using again the complex structures? The complex structures are very important with the proper flexibility. Your grammar structures must have proper flow rather than it is mechanical. Making, you're making the complex structures like that only just for the sake of the sentences that you want to make. No, you have to make the complex structures just in a flow. No, you have to frequently produce error-free sentences. If you are not producing error-free sentences, therefore you are doing grammar mistake and you are not getting in good bands. So please try so that you should not go with that grammar mistakes, and there are lots of grammar mistakes are there, and I'll be there today to help you to the particular, like articles you're going with the proper improper structures you're making with the article, particularly grammar part. Then you're going with the complex structure. You're not properly going with the complex structure. You're not proper going with the countable, uncountable nouns. So what are the things that we are here today? We are going to discuss all this, okay? But why I am taking these bands here? Because you have to understand what is the difference between 7 bands, 8 bands, and 9 bands. The criteria. Okay, when you're going with the 8 bands, if you want that examiner give you 8 bands, you should understand 8 bands gives you have to have a wide range of structures. Now structures involve simple sentence, complex sentence, compound sentence, passive voice, active voice, conditional sentences, question interrogative sentences, right? So these are all, you have to use a wide range of structures. The majority of sentences are of course error free. Make only occasional errors or inappropriacies. Okay, means you are doing errors, it's fine, it's natural, but you have to be very confined with the thought that you should not do major errors. Okay, but talking about speaking, if you want 8 bands, you have to use your structures flexibly. It is not like you're making it mechanically, you have to use it flexibly. Produces a majority of error-free sentences with only various occasional inappropriacies or basic non-systematic errors. Okay. And if you're going with 9 bands, you are just having a wide range of structures with a flexibility, rare minor errors. Well in speaking, again, wide range of structures with the proper use of idioms and phrases and the vocabulary. Somewhere, if you are slipped with your minor things, like if you are not good at the speaking part, you are slipping your tongue with some of the grammar errors, that's fine. That's naturally, it occurs. But be in a flow. Do not think and do not speak. Okay. Let's move ahead. If I'm talking particularly about writing task 2 and in fact, writing task 1, it also involves the same thing. What you need to understand that you should not make error. If you're making error, means you're lacking somewhere. So try to understand your basic things, that where you're lacking in your, why you're not getting 7 bands or 7.5 bands. You're always stuck with the writing the 6.5. And this is the I can say this is a common structure everybody is facing, right? So please understand this, that many of the students come and they are not stick to the point what the examiner is asking. So today we are going to discuss that what happens and how to understand when you are getting the topic. You should understand that writing is a concept IELTS examiner wants to check what happens if you are writing. Are you arranging your thoughts in a proper manner? Sentence structure, are you having your good sentence structure? Are you using colloquial languages in your own colloquial words in your own language? So these are the things. If you are getting the topic in your writing task 2, first question you should ask yourself, whether I read the questions carefully or maybe 3 times, you ask yourself, what is the topic and what is the question asking me to write about? If the particular topic is of punishment and the punishment by youngsters, and you are writing your topic related to people. Now, people is not your topic. Particular people, the topic people is not your cup of tea at that time. You have to write your essay for the punishment related to youngsters. So you need to understand the macro elements. Number 1, macro element. Number 2, micro element. Macro element, the whole wide range of topics what you are given there. And number 2, the particular topic into that you have to pick and write your answer. Okay. So first, ask yourself what the topic is all about. Second, you have to understand the key things. Okay. Do not write it in the broader way, write it in the confined way, in the concise way, in the concrete way. So the second point is, I underline the key things that must be included the essay. I always answer every part of the question. These are the things you have to go with. Okay. Third, now I think about my 4-paragraph structure. I can write any type of essay in 4 paragraphs. Okay. The fourth, if I need, you ask these questions to yourself and you have to make the strategy according to this. And if I need to give my opinion, I think what is the easier opinion to explain? Okay. What good vocabulary could I use? Then I write down some vocabulary ideas that are related to topic, not phrases. Okay. I have memorized. So always try to write the things, the vocabulary related to the content, rather than if you know the vocabulary and you're using it like that only. This doesn't make any sense. Okay. Sixth point is, I try to write 2 sentences for the introduction. I introduce the topic, then give a simple answer, including my opinion at the question asked. So Everybody knows that in introduction, we should write 2 to 3 sentence answers. Like number one, you have to paraphrase the statement. And number two, you have to give your opinions on the basis of that. Now, try to be in the format. If you are in the format, you are being judged no in a very good way, because examiner understands the way you convey your answers to the examiner, right? 7, I write short topic sentences to start each paragraph, means the topic sentence, then develop my ideas by explaining and supporting that. I look the question from time to time in order to check I'm answering every part. This is the most important point you need to understand. That, simultaneously, if you are covering your body paragraph introduction, for example, if you're covering your introduction, so after completion of the introduction, just ask yourself whether I have completed all the part of my introduction, whether I have written global part, which is optional. I have written whether I have written have I written paraphrase, have I written the opinion, the thesis part. So after every part, ask these questions to yourself. Okay. Ninth, I know what I write about 10 words per line. I can quickly check the approximate number of words. This is a task achievement. You should not underline, you should go beyond that. Okay. Okay. Well, this is all about the writing task 2 and how to make the proper conditions when you're writing the writing part. The next is the collocations. The collocations are very important. Try to use the best possible collocations, and for that, like, it is the only thing that you come up with the reading part. If you don't read, you do not understand what are collocations. Collocations are group of words that are often found together. Okay, you cannot say speak the truth, you cannot say tell the truth. You always have to say, no, speak the truth, don't tell a lie. So always lie comes with tell, truth comes with speak. In this way, you should understand that, no, if I'm saying like she is she is doing suicide, but no, actually she has committed. Committed is what? No, suicide comes always with the word committed. So this is particularly, we can see the collocation part. The word comes with a specific word. So these are the group of words that are often found together. So native speakers have a large repertoire of these word groups and you can use them without thinking. But without thinking means you have you have the good practice of reading. If you don't have good practice of reading, you do not understand what the word comes with what word. Okay. Here are some of the collocations from the essay that I really wrote in last week. The one is a rich variety. Variety always comes with rich, a vital part or a necessary part, a range of reasons, musical preferences, life stories. See, these words, you cannot cram it. You cannot. You need to understand in a proper flow. When you read it, when you have the habit of reading, by default, you are inculcating these words by default. So always, the only one thing you can score good in IELTS is you have to read a lot. Anything, whether it's newspaper, whether it's novel, whether it's any story that interests you, just start reading. And with that reading, you'll automatically building your sentence structure. Some people are very good at grammar, but they do not understand the proper sentence structure. If you want that you're facing problem with the sentence structures, go with the collocations, but collocations you do not need to craft. You have to read. You have to have the habit of reading. The survey suggests that a person who is going with 3.5 hours reading per week is a very good writer also, and is a very good speaker also, because he knows the habit of using the language in his own words, in his own tongue. Okay, so try to make it. Okay, so writing, sentence structures, everything you should go with. Okay, okay. The talking about the speaking part, where you are lacking again, the pronunciation. Pronunciation should be accurate. Accuracy and variety of pronunciation features, individual sounds, word stress, sentence stress, intonation, and chunking. See, automatically, if you are getting these words after comma, 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 you will get the things that word stress is what. Here, where I want to make you focus on the particular topic, particular word, I am stressing myself to that word, okay, to that word. That is what I am giving with the word stress. If I'm talking about the intonation, you should have a proper fluctuation. If you're not having that proper fluctuations in your own words, the intonation might not get correct and you're losing your band. So intonation is what? You have to make a pause somewhere, the short pause, long pause. It also involves the chunking. Chunking, again, wherever required, if you are adding a comma while writing, that is called small pause and that is called small chunking. What is large? That you are adding full stop. So chunking is also important. So be with good with the pronunciation, be with good with the variety of pronunciation and features, individual sounds. If you're not, if you're not good at your speaking part, if you're fumbling, and if you're not using proper words, automatically you're losing all the things. You are losing your word stress, you're losing your sentence stress, you're losing your intonation. So be good with the variety of pronunciation. For that, again, reading. If you're weak in reading, start reading now and start reading with good words and now loudly. So if you read loudly, automatically you will good with the pronunciation. How to improve pronunciation? You should understand intonation. Some people feel, okay, to improve pronunciation, understand intonation, then it's fast. No. Take a pause. Take a breathe after comma. Okay, so like for example, improve your pronunciation, sentence stress, I've done that. Understand intonation, comma, sentence stress, and rhythm. My name is Shweta, and I am from Ahmedabad. Ahmedabad is a good city, comes in Gujarat, and Gujarat is the beautiful part of India. What is that? I am using my sentences in front of you with the proper chunking, sentence stress, word stress. This is what examiner wants to have. They want to connect with you. If you're not connecting with that, don't rush when you speak. Okay. And if you're doing practice, record yourself. Always record yourself and find your errors yourself where you are lacking. Getting? Then listen to a variety of authentic English sources. Read BBC News, BBC Radio, Voice of America. Listen to it. They will give you good sort of vocabulary. They'll give you good sort of everything, the sentence formation and everything. See, reading is the only thing. Reading is the only source or only key from where you'll be good at writing, you'll be good at speaking, you understand the words that come in the listening part. So start reading. In fact, despite being a trainer, sometimes I found myself that I'm not good at reading. But yes, I have to read because this is the only thing which makes me highlighted, which makes me cover all my other things. Okay. And reading also gives you knowledge. So you'll be having good thoughts in the writing part also. Okay. So all the things comes with reading, what I feel. So please go with it. Okay. So pronunciation is also important. If you are in front of the examiner, go with good skills of pronunciation, stress in the sentence and the words, intonation, the fluctuations and the chunking. Small pause, long pause. Okay. Then come to the particular how to the improvement in the speaking part. These are the 4 things. Record yourself. Number 1 thing, always try to, okay, if you are facing problem with the speaking, just go in front of the mirror and take any topic from your room. Take the topic, for example, bottle, for example, mobile, for example, telephone, for example, laptop, for example, AC, table, whatever. You just take the topic and stand in front of the mirror and speak continuously for 1 minute. If you're speaking continuously for 1 minute, you will feel that your fluency will increase. If you are lacking in some words, just jot it down in the notebook. And then after completion of that 1 minute, just find that word that you're not into the word. You're not getting the appropriate English word of that Hindi or whatever language you're using. So just try to figure it out. And after that, just use this word in your daily part and slowly you will be familiar with this word. Okay. So mirror practice is very important with the use of proper props. Take apart and reconstruct sentences. Sometimes if you're not feeling that you are, open up any book and choose a sentence. Break up the sentence to smaller sentence, then without referring back to the original sentence, we can put it back together again. In the IELTS, you need to able to produce both short and complex sentences. Okay. So if you are reading, just break the sentences, try to make it in the active voice, try to make it the passive voice, try to build up the complex sentence structures. So reconstruct, try to reconstruct. For example, if I'm saying I like tea, I like tea. So how can I make it in the other form? How can I write in the other sentence? I like tea. Tea is liked by me. So this is one sentence I have made. I have made active. The other sentence I have made passive. Try to ask yourselves. Okay, this is the sentence. What should I do to change the word? To make it in the paraphrase structure. Okay. Practice linking words and expressions. Okay. Expressions are very important in front of people. I'm not saying that it will give you 1 or 2 bands enhancement in your band scores, but yes, this will give you the chunking and the stress of the conditions. If I'm expressionless, how will judge me that I don't know anything, and like she is the kind of verbal trainer who doesn't know anything, and she's just start speaking like that only without understanding the student's concept, without understanding the student's problem. But on the other hand, if I am making you and if I am giving you the proper attention with my proper expressions, and I'm making you understand with the see, this is not this, this is the right, this is the wrong, this is wrong. So automatically we will be having a strong bonding. And this things examiner wants that you should relate your answers so that examiner understand, okay, this particular student is good in sentence in English form, and he's using good sentence structures. On the basis of that, okay, he'll be getting again good marks. So practice linking word. Linking words are conjunctions. Furthermore, additionally, in addition to, similarly, likewise, unless, until, when, while, so many conjunction words, linking words are there. So please go with it. You have to read. See, this is the only thing which will give you good marks. It's not like, ma'am, I am watching English movies with proper, that the things that comes under. So subtitles, I don't recommend personally, because this is particularly for those who understand what English is and they just want to enhance the scores. But if you are naive, you don't know, start reading with the stories, then only you'll be able to get a good connection with English. Okay. Okay. Next, come up with the things that actually you need to understand where you are lacking, what are the things, rules and conditions. Because today the webinar is all about how to improve your writing and speaking. And it is not about only the grammar structure, but it is all about where you're lacking. So again, just I'm going with the previous slides that see, you have to be very good with the collocations. Collocations are the group of words that comes hand in hand. Then you have to be very good with the pronunciation, the word stress, sentence stress, intonation, and chunking. Then you have to also listen to the various BBC news and all. Then you have to, if you want to improve your speaking part, just record yourself, reconstruct, try to reconstruct, rebuild sentences, practice linking words, everything. And you have to read. Okay. Now, for the further improvement of your sentence structures, there are something, or I can say there are some structures you need to understand the importance and the use of the articles. When to use the and when not to use the. Okay. So let's begin with this. When to use the, when there is only one of thing, something like there is only one universal truth. You can use the queen, the moon, the sun, the environment. All these things are universally accepted in universe. It's a fact. It's a truth. It's one thing in the universe. So where if there is only one thing, for example, if I'm saying like this is a pen, I can write this is a pen. So this is a pen is correct statement. But I can also use this is the pen. I can also use this is the pen, but the specificity must be there with the pen. If I'm adding this is a pen, then it's fine. But if I'm adding like this is the pen, which I was searching for, what is that? This is the pen which I was searching for. What is that? Then I'm particularly talking about the pen. So you can use these structures according to the specificity also. Okay. So the condition is very important when you use in your writing and in your speaking. Okay. So when there is only one of something, the queen, the moon, the sun, the earth, the government, the world, the sky, the country, the ocean. Okay, next. When the other person knows what you're talking about, specificity. For example, John, I'm going to the shop. Do you need anything? Sally, no thanks. Why the person is writing, I'm going to the shop? Because he is going to a particular shop and Sally also knows that shop. Both the speakers know the shop. Okay. Okay. Then John, how was that restaurant? Sally, the food was good and the service was great. What is that? The food was good and the service was great. Why I am adding the before food? Because the food is the specificity of that restaurant and the service is also. So I am adding the before. If I'm writing food was good and service was great, this will not give you the proper specificity of the food related to that particular restaurant. Okay. So please add wherever it is required with a specificity. Then very important third part with a superlative degree. Superlatives always use the before superlative part. The best, the worst, the longest. What is superlative degree? Superlative degree is all about the adjective, the best part of the degree, the best part of the quality. Big, bigger, biggest, large, larger, largest, smart, smarter, smartest. The ST degree is all about the superlative part. So always use the before superlatives, the best, the worst, the longest, the most interesting, the most expensive, the tallest, the greatest. Next, with cardinal numbers. The first cardinal numbers, always, the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, always use the, like I got the first prize for my, I can say, I got the first prize for my bravery. I got the first prize. What is that, the first prize? Because I got the second prize. Okay. With adjectives connected to people. Okay. Young. Young is particularly an adjective. But if you are adding the before it, it will become a class of the young. Okay. Here the young is particularly acting as a class. The young is a class. Next, with nationalities. The British, the Chinese, the Americans, the Egyptians always use the with the nationalities. Okay. The Canadians, the Italians, eyes, with particular places. Particular places. The Chateau theatres, the Old Vic museums, the British Museum, ocean or seas, the Indian Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, the Mediterranean Sea. So always try to use the before the words which are very specific and very particular. Okay. Let's move ahead. When not to use the. When you cannot use the, speaking generally, those words or those things which are acting as common. Okay. Like speaking, I like flowers. I don't like noise. We cannot say I don't like the noise. I don't like noise. When you're speaking generally. Environmental problems are getting worse. You cannot use the environmental problems. Okay. Next, crime is on the increase. Worker crime. We cannot add the crime is on the increase. Okay. Crime is on the increase. Because here we are particularly talking about the increment and we cannot use the before crime because we are not taking particular crime. So we cannot add the before crime. It's general. We are talking about the thing in general. Workers are getting higher salaries. The workers know it's wrong. Chinese manufacturing is increasing. Sugar isn't healthy. So anything which we are talking as common concept, do not use the. But when we speak something particular about the word, for example, the flowers over there look nice. Now there is a difference. I like flowers and the flowers over there look nice. There's a difference because I like flowers as a general concept of utilizing the word. But if I'm saying the flowers over there, again the specificity of the place and the flowers. So the flowers over there look nice. The crime rate is increasing. The crime rate is increasing. I'm particularly talking about the rate, which is crime rate. So the crime rate is increasing. The workers are not happy. I'm talking about particularly particular workers which are not happy. Okay. If you're adding specificity to something, you have to add the. If you're not, then you can skip. Then particular countries you cannot use the, like England, Ireland, France, Japan, China, Korea, Australia, Germany, Japan. Everything which are particular, you cannot use the before that. But you can use the before unions, like the USA, the European Union, the UK, the UAE, because these are all the unions which involves other countries together, which involve many countries together. Okay. Continents, before continents, you cannot use the Africa, Europe, India, Antarctica. Cities, no, we cannot use the before city. We cannot use the before cities and states also. We cannot use the before mountains, which are single, no, single peak mountains. Everest, Mount Abu, Fuji, K2. You cannot use the, but you can use article the before Himalayas. You can use article the before Satpura Hills, Himalaya, the Himalayas. So if you are finding anything in a group, if you're finding anything in a group, add the, because they're huge. If you are finding like union is also the USA, because it is huge and united. Okay. So try to understand these like mountains. If you're finding range of mountains, you can use the. If you're finding the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Why I'm using the Andaman and Nicobar Islands? Because it involves other islands also. So the. But you cannot add the Sri Lankan island because you cannot use the because it's a single one. Okay. Okay. Next conditional part is coming to the noun part. Now, what is noun? Countable, uncountable. So there are various things. Many nouns, you should understand that these are uncountable. Money, the most important thing, money. We cannot, when we demand money from other people or from our parents, we do not ask them, okay, give me money, and the revert is how many money. This is wrong. How much money do you want? So many, countable, much, uncountable. But you should understand that there are some nouns which are uncountable always. Okay, they cannot be countable. For example, progress. You cannot. What is countable? You can count. What is uncountable? You cannot count. So countable thing, table, chair, features, everything that you count. But uncountability, you cannot count. At one point of time, you stop yourself. Okay, because you cannot count so in the so wide length. Okay. So for example, progress, money. What is this money? Like money, you can say, I have in my pocket and I can count it. No, this is not money. This is rupees. There is a difference. Money is particularly that thing which, market gives you in the form of liquidity. This is money. But rupees is particularly that thing which you have in your pocket. So there is a difference between money and rupees. So rupees countable, but money is uncountable. Okay. Talking about the information, we cannot write information as today I got many informations. No, this is wrong. Information is always uncountable. Money is always uncountable. Education you cannot count. Climate you cannot count. Traffic you cannot count. These are the words. Electricity, advice. It's very important. What is the difference between ADVICE and ADVISE? ADVICE and ADVISE. Now, CE word stands only for noun part, and SE, ADVISE, is the verb part. So advice, we cannot say today I have given you number of advices. This is wrong. Advices, this is wrong because there is no, so uncountable never takes SES. Uncountable words, nouns never takes SES with them. So advice is particularly uncountable, and if you want to add it as a countable, then you have to use today I have given you many pieces of advice. Advice always remains advice, it never becomes advices. But if you are adding as a verb, okay, like she advised me, Here advised acting as a verb. So here CE is incorrect. SE, ADVISED. Okay. So try to understand what is the importance of the words that you are using. ADVICE is a noun, ADVISE is a verb. Similarly, practice and practice. Sometimes many people write PRACTICE, and sometimes many people write PRACTISE. What is the difference between practice CE and practice SE? No, you don't understand. But the basic thing is all the words which have CE, this is noun, and which have SE is verb. For example, practice makes a man perfect. So here practice is acting as a noun because we are talking about practice. And those words for which we are talking, they are called noun. Okay, because these are the things upon which we are talking. Okay, but today I practiced a lot. What is that? I is a noun or pronoun. And what I has done, what I had done here, practiced. SE. Okay, so here SE is verb, CE is a noun. Shopping, research, pollution, news. You cannot say today I have heard number of newses, this is wrong. Okay, so news, whether it's a single or many. Okay, work, weather, travel, music. All these words are uncountable. Let's have a look. When the noun is uncountable, it is not possible to use the words like much, many, a few, and all, and of. Okay, all these words you must delete. Like we got many information from the tourist office. This is wrong. We got information from the tourist, or we got many pieces of information. This is correct. So all the words in the red, you should delete these because these are not correct. We cannot add informations also because uncountable nouns cannot become plural. So we got many pieces of information, or we can say we got information. Getting? Okay, simultaneously, if you are adding, if you have some queries also, you can please post your queries in your comment box so that I'll be here to give you answers also. If you have any question answers, please quote there also. So I'll be able to resolve your query. Okay. So now next example is we spent many money at the shops. No, money is again uncountable. We cannot add many. We have to say we spent money at the shop. Okay. There was a few news? No, there was news. All of advice? No. Many pieces of advice. Yeah, or we can say all pieces of advice. I listened to a music? Wrong. And pollution or research? If the noun is uncountable, we cannot use a, and, few, many, much with the uncountabilities. Simple. If you want to make it countable, for example, let's take an example, bread. If you are going to the shopkeeper and you demand bread, what you can say? Give me a bread. This is wrong. Give me a bread. This is wrong. This is wrong speaking. What the shopkeeper will give you? A bread. Now, a bread could be a packet of bread or could be a loaf of bread. So he'll ask you, what do you want? Or how many packets do you want? Getting now? So this is what you have to be in line, that I want a loaf of bread or I want a packet of bread. Single bread doesn't make any sense, doesn't make any meaning. Okay, I want bread. What? I want a loaf of bread, 2 loaves of bread, or 2 packets of bread. Getting? Okay, let's move ahead. Okay, so this is the test for you all for 2 minutes. I'm giving you 2 minutes to cover these 8 sentences, find out which one is correct and which one is wrong. And just give your answers in the question answer box so that I'll be able to understand that are you getting in a proper way or not. Okay. Now I'm giving you just 2 minutes, your time starts now. Find out the error or find out the mistakes that you are actually looking at the sentences, or maybe some sentences are correct. Just quote your answers in your answer box, question answer box, please. These days, there are much problems with the environment. A government needs to do something about the problem. Yes, anybody? Many problems. Okay, these days there are many problems. Okay. Manish Bhattacharya is saying many problems. Okay, the government. Second. Okay. These days there are many problems with the environment the government needs. Okay, nice, nice, nice. They're going good. Any other? Because we have so many participants here. Just quote your answers. Just quote your answers. Eating many fast food. What is many fast food? Maybe it's correct. Maybe it's wrong. You can give me the answer. Yes. Participants, be active. We have active participation. Find out so that you will be having a good sentence structure. Due to recent economic problems, many young people can't find a job because of unemployment. Okay. Okay. Because of unemployment. Very good. Let's see. Yes. Other participants, quickly. We are getting answers. Many problems. Government. We are getting side by side, but you need to be quick. Last 30 seconds. Come on. Okay, eating fast food. Okay. Okay, let's have the answers. Let's have the answers. Okay, these days there are much problems with the environment. To answer is these days there are a lot of problems or many problems. It's fine. Both are correct with the environment. But try to know a lot of problems because this shows the proper sentence stress. So we can add these days there are a lot of problems with the environment, the government. You're right, Mr. Manish Bhattacharya. Okay, second, the crime is a growing issue in modern society. Is because of an unemployment? No. Crime is a growing issue in modern cities because of unemployment. Great. And we cannot add the before crime because again, I have told you in the article part that do not use the before before general things, common things. If you're going in a natural way, do not think that crime. I'm not talking particularly about which kind of crime is a growing issue. Simple. So do not add the before crime. Okay, eating many fast food is unhealthy and leads to the obesity. Eating a lot of fast food. Okay, eating fast food is also correct. Eating a lot of fast food is unhealthy and leads to obesity. So fast food is uncountable. So we need a lot of. Also, the word obesity doesn't need an article. Great. Next, due to recent economic problems, you can't find a job. Due to recent economic problems, many young people can't find a job. Correct. Okay. Not even a single job people are getting. So they can't find a job. Okay. Traffic fumes in modern cities causes health problems for children and the elderly. Traffic fumes in modern cities causes health problems for children and the elderly. No issues. Okay, I asked my friend for some advices. No, I asked my friend for some advice about the best way to pass the exam. To pass an exam, because I'm talking particularly about the exam. Okay. Last two sentences, many progress has been made in research into cancer. No, a lot of progress because progress is uncountable and therefore we have to use a lot of with uncountable nouns. And we cannot say a research. So we can't use a research. We cannot count it. The media has a responsibility to report honest facts on the news. The media has a responsibility. It's a correct. Okay. So these in this way you can practice. If you can practice in such a way, all these things, no number of information is available in on your media, social media, on your networking, your Google, everything. You can just have the look. Just connect with everything, the English structure. Just connect your English structure with the With the help of internet, you'll be able to have your best possible structures. Okay. Okay. Next, third one, modal verbs. Now, what are modal verbs? Modal are the particular auxiliary verbs. Modal verbs are particularly auxiliary verbs, which are used in place of helping verbs, which are used in place. See, modals are particularly, we can say, those types of verbs which we use only in place of helping verbs. Either in a sentence you can use modal verbs, or either you can use grammar particular helping verbs. So modal verbs are like will, would, may, might, shall, should, can, could. These are very common mistakes what you people do. Like for example, the government should to provide a good home for everyone. What's wrong in this? The government should provide a good home for everyone. What is it should to provide when you're writing modals? Modals are basically, okay, listen to me just for 2 minutes for the modal topic. Modal verbs are basically those verbs which are used in place of helping verbs in order to show person's capability, possibility, request, advice, everything. Now, for example, if I'm saying like I am singing, what is my ability for singing? It's I can sing. Okay, so what the ability for me for my singing is I can sing. Therefore, this is my ability, and therefore I am replacing helping verb with a modal verb. So modal verbs are particularly those verbs which are used to show the ability of the person, and with that we can make the helping verb. For example, I can dance. So I am dancing. I was dancing. I will dance. These are my actions. But what's my capability is I can. I could. Okay. So try to use modal verbs. Okay, one very important rule for the modal verb, should note it down, that always use V first form with the modals. Like I can do, I can sing, I can dance, I can go, will go, may go, might go. Always use verb first form with the modals. But if you want to make it in the passive voice, what the answer will be? For example, if I'm saying I can do my work, or I will do my work. These are all modals. Okay. If I want to make it in the passive voice, my work will done by me. No, my work will be done by me. So modals plus verb first form, modals plus be plus verb third form. If you want to add modals, just add V1. If you want to add V3 in the passive voice, see, sentence structure is important. Okay, complex structures you need to create. Passive voice you need to create. But passive voice always take verb third form. So if you're adding verb third form with the modal, just add B in between that. Modals plus V1, modals plus B plus V3. Okay. So modals are very important, and modals are particularly those words which we can use in. It is a common word. These are the common words which can use in single sentence. For example, if I'm saying, "Can I have your pen, please? Could I have your pen, please? May I have your pen, please? Might I have your pen, please?" What are the things? Like I'm using the same sentence with the different words of the modals, because this shows the situation of using the words. Okay. If I'm saying, "Can I use your pen, please?" means I'm very informal to you. If I'm saying, "Could I have your pen, please?" means I'm semi-formal with you. If I'm saying, "May I have your pen, please?" means I'm formal to you. I'm giving you respect. So the more the respect, the more the word formality increases. Okay. Okay. Next. The last two things again, passive voice. What you can do to improve your sentence structure? Sentence structure involves the passive voice, because once you are into simple sentences, try to make the other sentence in the passive voice. If you're finding that your topic in the writing task is in the active voice, try to start it with the passive voice. For example, children need to teach the correct way to behave in public. Children need to teach. Children need to teach, or children need to be taught. Getting? If we can say we can teach children, this is active. Children are taught. So try to understand the passive structures of it. If you are using passive structures, you will definitely improve your balance. Definitely, definitely. And the last part of today's session is sentence structure. Sentence structure, try to be very good with like modals that we have done a few minutes back. What are modals? These are all the importance of things you have good sentence structures. If you are adding modals plus V3, this is wrong. You have to add modals plus B. Similarly, this is sentence structure, and this all comes with the reading part. So these tourists are handed over to police, and the police charge them with hefty fines. See, how can we make it in a complex form? These tourists are handed over to the police and are charged with and are charged. Now, this and are charged, what you have done? You have made it a compound sentence. Getting compound sentence, okay, we will be having the webinar once for the sentence structures, because sentence structure is very, very important. If you understand sentence structures like simple sentence, complex sentence, and compound sentence, do you people want that we should have a webinar on the sentence structures? Just post your comments in the question answers box. Post your things, what you want from us, so that accordingly we'll be having the webinars for the next sessions. Where you're lacking, what are the problems you're facing? Just quote the answer so that we can understand that actually you're facing number of problems in particular task. So we'll be having that whole proper things for you. So sentence structure is very important. Okay, just here I have given you the simple sentence structure that if you want to have your sentence structures in a good form, always try to write your essay in the active form, in the passive form, in the simple sentence, complex sentence, compound sentence. Okay, guys. So here I've done with my presentation. Everything again, I want to have the crux of the things that writing and speaking is all about what you are conveying to the examiner in a proper form. If you are writing, think before you write. Do not start your writing like that only. If you're writing like that only, your speaking mind is working actually. And you write exactly what your speaking mind is saying, okay, like this. No, just think before you write, because when you think, you'll have number of ideas. And when you have number of ideas, you have the capability to grab the vocabularies according to it. Many students just they write their sentences like that. Okay, paraphrases this. No, just think. Because when we write, we take 5 minutes to think what to write, how to make it in a creative form, how to make it so understandable, how to use best possible sentence structures so that examiner will get impressed and give us good marks. Okay, guys. So any questions, any queries you have, just start in the question answer box so that I'll be able to give you answers. Okay, the question answer round will be going for 2 minutes. If you have any query, just post your questions in the question answer box. So all the thing, speaking, if you want know how to get good bands, okay, try to use phrasal verbs, idioms and phrases. Idioms and phrases, very important. If you use idioms and phrases in speaking, you'll get good scores, because idioms and phrases are not at all important for your writing part, but idioms and phrases are very important for your speaking part, because the examiner understands that okay, this particular student is using vocabulary also with good sentence structure, without grammatical errors, idioms and phrases also. So what you are the complete set of language, you are using complete set of language. So if you're using complete set, means of course, like for once be the examiner. Have the feeling that you are examiner, that in what way you are judging other people. Just feel that. If you're feeling that, you feel that yes, somewhere down the line, you're missing this part, this part, this part. And just find out the things that where you're lacking. Take one part where you're lacking, just cover all the things regarding that, and then go with the other. If you're writing your essay, and if you have your problems in the writing, don't write full statements, full writing part. Don't write. Just have a command over introduction. First, cover the introduction part properly. Okay, an introduction, paraphrase, thesis, paraphrase, thesis. Just cover it properly. You can write 20 examples for introduction. 20 examples. And this only takes 2 days or 1 day, I can suppose. 1 day, 2 days for introduction part, 1-2 days for body paragraphs, and 1 day for conclusion. In a week, if you are doing this constantly, No, you can just divide the part. Today, introduction, tomorrow, body paragraphs, and then conclusion. In this way, you'll be getting the whole things in line that where you are facing problems, everything will get sorted out. Okay, so this is the thing, and this is Shweta. Again, we'll be coming with more webinars, more things, more videos, more tips and strategies regarding our IELTS modules. Okay. Hi Shweta, what's the time format accepted in IELTS? I thought are accepted but doesn't seem so after seeing my answers marked incorrect in practice test. What's the time format accepted in IELTS? Time format. You want what? Like time format in IELTS what? Basically we have in according to time, like we have listening 40 minutes. You know this thing, I suppose. Listening 40 minutes, like 30 minutes for constant listening and 10 minutes for transferring answers to the answer sheet. Then reading, you have 1 hour, and in that complete 1 hour, you have your answer sheet. So directly just write your answers to the answer sheet. Like one section you have finished, just transfer your answers to the answer sheet. Then writing is very important. You'll be having 1 hour complete, and in that the time format you can decide by your own. Okay, like for example, writing task one. If you have if you have enough command in your writing task one, just spend your time 15 minutes to 20 minutes there, not more than that. But major part is you have to input your time. Completely 40 minutes you have to input your part in the writing task two, because the band scores are high for writing task two. So if you have the time, like be in time management. Be okay, okay, like 8 a.m. Now, this is not the things I like, all are accepted. All are accepted, yes. So, time format accepted in IELTS is not like particularly whatever the time things they are giving you have to be there. Okay. Any other doubts? Any other queries? I hope this session was quite interactive. We'll be coming with the more webinars, and please do write last 1 minute for you guys. Just do write what problems you're facing so that we'll come again with a particular topic rather than we are going with like that only. Okay, or 12 hours with AM or PM or 24 hours. Okay, time format accepted in IELTS is all time. Okay, first of all, you're talking about listening, Mr. Manish, and time format is basically what we feel. If you want to write 8 a.m., so you have what you have written is correct, like 8 single dot 0, or you can directly write 8 a.m. It's fine. 12 hours, 24 hours is not acceptable. You can write it in the simple form 1 to 12. If the time is 12:30, just write 12 single dot 30. But I feel I speak to my students that I advise my students do not use double dot in the time. Take a single dot and then AM, PM, whatever is convenient according to the listening part. Okay. Any other problem? Don't use 12 hours, 24 hours. It's not good. It's not good. Okay. Any other thing? Any other problems, dear? Okay, then. So, okay. Maybe one more question. Okay, fine. So here we'll be ending. I'll be signing off. Thank you so much. We'll be coming with the more webinars. For further queries, you can contact us, and you can go with the online tutorials also. You can give their free tests of IELTS also, and you can have good scores. You can feel what the reading part is, what the writing part is. You can give the online exams, and we'll be there to check your things. We'll be there to assist you. Okay. Thank you so much. We'll be back again in the next week. Thank you.